More skip happens. Please return Bubbles, your flight attendant, to her fully upright and locked position. Oh, wait a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seat and buckle up. Seat backs and tray tables in their full upright position. It's another episode of Skip Happens. Your weekly view from 30,000 feet. From the first music lesson to the first paid gig to signing the deal, it's the journey that is the life of an artist. Now, here's your captain and co-captain, a.k.a. your hosts, Skip Clark and Deb Lamphere.
She's not here. No, she is not here. She is waiting on a flight that's supposed to come in where this guy is, Nashville, Tennessee tonight. So she's kind of like, they're just kind of waiting. The plane hasn't even left Nashville yet, I don't believe. But anyways, Nate DeRuzza, how are you, my friend? It's so good to see you.
Hello. Good to see you too.
Yeah,
I'm doing great.
Awesome. Tell everybody, where are you?
I am in Nashville.
All right. Do you live like right in the heart of town? Or you, what's that?
And it's snowing.
Get used to it, my friend. You know, we're in the Northeast, so snow to us is like, yeah, it's an everyday occurrence. And you were just looking up
drive down here.
Yeah, you were just looking up our temperature, and you said it came up as 18. Correct?
Yeah. Well, here,
what's the temperature in Nashville right now?
let me look real quick. Well, it's saying 32.
All right. Well, that's freezing.
Yeah. It says it's snowing. I'm just not going outside right now, so I don't know if it's snowing.
You know what?
It says it is.
Yeah, dude, you don't want to go outside. Hey, it's a big day for you. I understand your album dropped today. I know we're going to talk about you and your upbringing and how you got into music and all that. But today, let's cut right to the chase. So the album dropped today. It's called The One. Is it The One?
Yep.
Tell us about that.
It's a concept album. So it's a story. If you listen to the first song all the way to the 11th song, and it's kind of, it means the illusion of the one, you know, the one, your soulmate, your, you know, it's kind of about how you meet somebody and you've been programmed by these Disney movies when you were a kid that you're the one I'm looking for.
Right.
And she lets you down, or you figure out along the way that she's not the one and you're let down. And so it's basically like you fill that void. And I haven't told anyone about what it is actually about, but it's substance abuse. And in this case, it's alcohol. So you seek happiness in finding somebody or all these external things, whether it's someone or something. And when that thing lets you down, you go to seek the happiness to fill the void. And then
Gotcha.
So the 10th song is called Burns Me Every Time. And it's like, the first line is, "It's not my fault I'm kissing bourbon again." And then you meet this girl and she's, she's the light. She's changing me. I'm becoming this better man and everything. And then she lets you down and it repeats the cycle. And so the message is, you know, you need to find happiness from within rather than.
Yeah. Don't reach out for it. Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. So you're saying it's a concept album.
Yeah.
10 tracks. You listen to them in the order that they're on the album, and that's how you
11 tracks.
11 tracks. So then that tells the whole story. If you listen to it from the first track all the way through, that's kind of a cool idea.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've talked to anybody that's actually done that before. So
Really?
why did you do that?
I didn't know I was doing it.
Okay.
I had all these songs. I sent the producers like 35 songs, and they picked 11 of them. And they just thought the ones that were all about love and heartbreak were the strongest songs. So they picked all of those ones. I'm like, you guys are going to make me seem like some sappy kid. I was like, but okay, I'll go with it. And
right.
After we got all the songs done, I was like, well, they're all about kind of the same thing. And I was in a situation where I was like, wow, this girl's the one, you know. During the time I had all the songs recorded. I didn't know what order to put them in, but I was like, click, like I meet this girl. At the beach is metaphorically, but it's
Mhm.
like you meet someone in because it starts off with Playa del Amor. You meet someone
Okay.
in a new place, and there's this beauty you've never seen before, and so you go through this whole album of wow, like this could be the one, this could be the one, and then she lets you down, and then you figure out at the end that you need to seek happiness from within yourself, and this was all happening during the time. So it's almost like I wrote a song over top of the songs during a real situation.
Gotcha. So this more or less relates to your life.
Yeah.
Is this what you're saying? So you were able to write music and put music on this album, all that, this is the real deal. This is
Mhm.
something that happened to me, or this is what I'm thinking. And you
Yeah.
were able to put all that together. So,
Mhm.
yeah. What about substance abuse? I mean, is that anything to do with you or anything
Yeah.
like that? Or it was?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Um, it's it's the I don't think I ever got really deep with it,
Okay.
but I started being aware of the fact that, you know, um, I start to feel heartbroken sometimes, and so therefore I'm out partying to fill the void of loneliness,
Mhm, mhm, mhm,
or it started becoming like, I'm gonna sit here and watch Netflix and, and it was never
mhm,
like,
mhm.
I gotta wake up and have it. It was never like, I gotta drink it until I pass out, nothing like that. But
Okay.
started becoming aware of it to the fact that, hey, I don't wanna go down this path. I don't want alcohol to be my
Excellent.
solution to fill a void.
Right.
So, as I was, like, kind of writing all the songs, this was happening, and then, as I put the album together, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I need to put out some kinda message out here that, like, you cannot seek happiness in someone else. You
Mhm.
can't fill the void with thinking that alcohol or whatever it might be is your go-to thing, is going to fill that void." Um, for me personally, like, I think that the higher power, whether, it's, God or whoever, you know,
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
I'm not like I don't know, but the higher
Getcha.
power in believing in something, that's going to be your solution rather than looking for all of these external
Right. Right.
things to
Right.
be your solution for your happiness. And so that's kind of the message I want to get across with it. And I was like, hey,
Okay.
let's be vulnerable and just stick my story out there.
Yeah.
Um,
Now it's called The One and it dropped today. And what kind of feeling does an artist get when do you get all the jitters and all that when you know, okay, this is the day. This is the day my album's going to drop. It's going to be out there for anybody and everybody that wants it. How do you feel when you get to that point where today is the day?
it's like excitement slash relief that like you
I
worked
bet.
so hard on this and
Yeah.
it's finally on the streaming platforms. It's finally out. And then you crunch, you go into crunch time in your mind again. It's like, all right, what's the next goal?
Hmm.
I want to do another music video. I want to release it on vinyl because,
I love
so
that.
there's just like other goals that I have for it. So I start brainstorming, all right, what's next?
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
yeah, there's just a lot of excitement in me that's like,
So
wow, I can't believe like, you know,
I know that's pretty cool. And
yeah,
if somebody wanted to grab it, they can just go to the DSP, any of the providers, the digital, and download it, buy it, and download it.
yeah.
They can do that as of right now, correct? Anywhere they get their music from.
We've withheld it on Apple iTunes for now because we're gonna
Okay,
do like another release.
gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
yeah,
strategy. So
yeah.
it's on Spotify and pretty much everything, and then we're just
Mhm.
gonna do a lot of, like another little like now available on iTunes and Apple Music.
I
So
love it. Now, do you do all this yourself? Do you have a team with you, or how is that working, Nate?
I have a team that
Okay,
represents me here in Nashville.
good.
I'm with Burning Ground Entertainment
Yes.
and
All right.
Core PR.
I
So,
love Core, by the way. Those ladies are so good.
oh
So
yeah,
good.
sweetest
Yep.
people ever.
Yep. Nicest. Absolutely. That's a good team. That's a good team behind you. But how do you decide? You must decide like today was going to be the day the album was going to drop. You're thinking about the future. You make all those decisions, though. Everything else, I'm sure, would be up to Core or Burning Ground. But um, all the other stuff, is it just you?
Like the dates for the singles and the date for the album and all of that, it was kind of a collaborative thing.
Hmm. Hmm.
So we kind of discussed, when should Heartless come out? And like, well, we think it
Sure.
would be great, you know, and then let's surprise people with Chains on Your Wings as a single right before the album drops. So that one came out on January 11th, I think.
Oh, nice. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and then the album comes out January 31st, and we kind of like collaborated on a plan on
Mhm.
when we think we should just, drop it, just go for it.
And see what happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
How let's get to the basics. How long have you been playing music, or you've been singing and songwriting? How long though? When did you start?
Um, Taking it seriously was in high school,
Okay.
16 or 17, but I think I was always meant to do it because when I was 4, like 3, 4 years old, I used to
Mhm.
write songs when I was a
No
kid.
kidding.
And, I could still sing you all of those songs right now. And
I
they're
was going to ask, what was the very first song you wrote?
the gibberish. Those were all gibberish songs. So my very first song, I was waiting on the bus, my first day of kindergarten,
Mhm.
and my mom, I was just like pacing back and forth. And I said, "When is the bus coming?" And like she said, "1 more minute." And so I made up I made up a song called One More Minute. So, but
Oh, that's
seriously,
cool.
started doing it in high school and um picked up the guitar in high school actually. And then as soon as I picked it up, like the first song I ever learned was Stairway to Heaven because I just
Oh,
wanted
wow.
to.
The
Um,
Zeppelin tune. Wow.
yeah, I went right for it, man.
I was going to say, man, you dove right in.
I dove
I
right
mean,
in. Yeah.
you did.
Uh,
And if you could do Stairway to Heaven, that's pretty cool.
mhm. And then I just started writing songs about different things,
Mhm.
mostly girls. And I don't know why, but just, I had some other interviews earlier this year and they're all calling me the rock and folk Romeo. And I was like, I'll take it. Like, I used to be kind of embarrassed because like I always wrote these songs about girls I had a crush on or whatever, and I'd be kind of
Mhm, mhm.
embarrassed about it. And now I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna embrace it. Like that's just me. Like,
Why not? Why
yeah,
not? I mean, it is you.
yeah,
That's who you are. Go for it. I mean, you gotta, just be yourself. And if that's what you are, bam, you got it.
yeah,
So that's cool. That's cool. I mean, why wouldn't you want to be yourself? Don't try to be somebody you're not. And if that's the impression people are getting, then so be it. It's
yeah,
good. It's a good thing.
yeah.
It's a good thing. So
Next
you've been
album
doing
though,
this.
I think I'm gonna try to toughen up though, write about like beer and trucks and stuff.
I think we got a lot of those already. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I think we got quite a few of those.
I don't think
I don't
I'll go
know.
too
Maybe
far
we
from
even
that
have too
either.
many. I don't know. I don't know. I do want to say hello to Amy. Amy's watching this, and she's actually a friend of my son's. And Amy, hello. And that is Nate DeRuzza right there. Look up his music online. I think you're going to love it. Big shout out to Roger. Roger is a professional photographer. And Roger, I know for a fact, he takes photos at concerts and stuff and does all those really cool concert photos, but he watches Skip Happens right along too. We have some good people here. So
Awesome.
it's
Hi,
just
Amy. Hi, Roger.
really cool. So, so you're in Nashville. How long ago did you move to Nashville?
Summer of 2016.
Oh, wow. All right. Not all that long ago. I bet you it feels like it was just yesterday.
It does.
Yeah. Yeah.
It really
Very
does. I
cool.
mean, time has flown. I mean, it's been what, 6.5 years now?
Yeah, something like that. I've lost track because you're right. Time is just flying. And then
Oh
how
my
about the
gosh.
pandemic? How did you handle the pandemic? I mean, being an independent artist, trying to do your own thing. I don't know if you had another job to help pay the bills or what. I know it's a tough road. I do know that. But how did you get through the pandemic? And was it good? Was it bad? What'd you learn from it?
Hey, it was good for me. Um,
Hmm.
Not music wise. I mean, it wasn't bad music wise. I released an album in 2020
Hmm.
during,
Right.
And it was it was really cool because we got to just spend a lot of time on it, and really put a lot of effort in it and just like tweak things here and there and keep remixing it and keep and my producer for that one was so awesome, and he was really awesome to work with.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
what I was doing was that, and I lived in an apartment complex in it's called Green Hills. It's like in
Yes.
Nashville.
Yep, yep, I know Green
And
Hills.
my best friends also lived in that apartment
Mm,
complex. So in the summertime, we would meet at the like apartment's charcoal grill
mhm.
almost every night, and we'd grill steaks and we chicken and like, "Hey, what are you bringing tonight?" And like
Yeah,
we
I
just
love it, I love it.
hung out like every night during that summer. The pool was closed, unfortunately, but
Mhm,
uh, we had a good time. It was almost like, all of us were either working from home or work was, canceled. So
mhm, mhm.
we just hung out the whole summer. It was almost like the first time I got like summer vacation from school since,
There you go.
you
Yeah.
know. So
Did you go to school?
yes, I have 2 bachelor's degrees.
Wow, okay, cool. I thought so. I was reading up on it, but I wanted you to tell us.
Yeah.
So, and where did you go to school?
So first degree was Marietta College in Ohio.
Okay.
It's like a private school near the Ohio River, and I
Mhm.
majored in communications.
Very cool.
And yeah, and then the second degree is why I moved to Nashville. I went to Belmont University here in Nashville.
Excellent. Yep.
I got accepted to this songwriting department, so I
Mhm,
majored in
mhm.
songwriting.
Wow. How
So
cool is that? When you go to Belmont, and I know I've talked to a lot of artists that have been there, a lot of individuals that I know have gone to Belmont, and you never know who's going to be in there in your class. It could be your instructor or maybe a professor that, it's like, holy crap, this is so and so, or this is this famous songwriter or whatever. They go to Belmont to
oh, yeah.
help people like you that's trying to get an education in songwriting and how to do it right. I think that's
Mhm.
kind of cool when you get the real deal telling you what to do and how
Yeah.
to do it and do it right. That's cool.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
cool. It's worth every penny.
One of my mentors was a guy named Pat Alger. He
Okay.
wrote The Thunder Rolls, What She's Doing Now,
Isn't that
Unanswered
crazy?
Prayers. He wrote a lot of those songs with Garth Brooks, and,
Yeah.
they're all, like, number ones, and he wrote a ton of other ones, but those are just 3 of them that come to my mind, and he was my professor, and I was, like, one of those annoying kids that would stay after class and ask him all these questions, and so he ended up kinda being a mentor for me and just taught me so much, and it was
Mm,
really amazing to just like, wow, I'm here. I'm
mm.
I've been listening the Thunder Rolls my entire life. Um,
Exactly. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'm meeting the guy who wrote the song, and not
Mhm,
only am I
mhm.
meeting him, like he's becoming a mentor for me and teaching
Wow.
me so much. Like, yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Cool. Tell us about your songwriting itself. I mean, what's the best place for you to songwrite, to write? Do you go out to writers' nights or what do you do?
All of it.
Yeah.
Writers' nights. I had a writers round just this past Tuesday last week. And then I'm also involved in the Broadway clubs. So I play at Tootsie's, the
Yeah.
world
Okay.
famous Tootsie's. I play at
Oh, yeah.
Honky Central, Rippy's. Um,
Love Rippies, by the way.
I still go to open mic nights every now and then. I
Yeah.
know the best ones to go to, and where like it's hard to get in. And if you
Mhm,
get
mhm.
picked, you're going to be performing in front of a huge crowd. Um, I
Yeah.
just bounce all over the place pretty much.
Yeah. And is it, you just do it because you want to do it? Because I know there's a lot of artists still that will tell you, you know what, I stay away from Broadway because it's
Yeah.
very, especially now and it's growing every day. The number of
Mhm.
people that are going to Nashville, I mean, it's crazy. We all know it's crazy, but it's the best city in the world.
Yeah.
And it just, if you look at the cam, and I do that periodically, I'll go on the cam that's at Tootsie's or it shows Broadway. It's packed. It's packed with people. And I have a friend. As a matter of fact, I have a friend that works at Tootsie's occasionally, Jason Teska. He's a guitar player. I don't know if you know him or not, but he's there quite often. He gets called upon a lot to hit the road with artists if somebody needs a guitar player. So, but that's when he's not on the road. He's usually, there at Tootsie's.
Yeah.
It's cool.
I know a ton of people down there. If I saw his face, I would probably be
I'm
like,
sure.
"Oh yeah, I know Jason." But
Yeah. No, I get it.
I do it for fun. I mean, I know that it's not you have to play mostly covers down there. So it's not something that I'm like, I'm going for this to get noticed or to gain a bunch of fans or anything like that. I do it because it is just so much fun. You got a
absolutely.
packed house and you're up there with other guys and girls, and they play a song, and if I know what key it's in and that solo comes up, I improv, and it's keeps your chops up. It keeps your brain working to spur the moment. You got a ton of people watching, and you got to come up with something awesome on the guitar in just a moment's notice. So it's good training for, to keep that up. And it's also fun.
How many guitars do you have? Yeah, well, 18, 19, 20, I don't know. That's cool though. But do you have a favorite?
Yes. I recently got a Paul Reed Smith custom blue. It's an electric guitar, and it's just playing on butter. That's actually the guitar. I bought the guitar for the album. So I got that guitar because
cool.
I wanted a particular sound. So if you listen to any of the electric guitar sounds in the album, it's me playing it. So all the acoustics, all the electrics. I play this 12-string in Playa del Amor and a couple other ones.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
It's so cool. 12-string is so cool. When you explain to everybody that when you go into the studio as an artist and you have your guitar, and it's not just a one take Charlie type of thing. It's, you lay down a track, then you lay down another track, and you lay another track over that. That's how that works, correct?
Correct. Yep.
And the same thing with vocals.
The first thing that happens is these particular producers, they put me in like a separate room with headphones on. And then you got the drummer and the bass player and the keyboard guy out in the big main room. And you hear a click track, and the drummer goes 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, dong, 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 whatever it is. And I got my guitar plugged in back in that little room that's got glass all through it, so I can see those guys. I can see through that glass through another piece of glass where the producers are in their mixing room. And that is my favorite part of the experience, because I have been playing these songs acoustically, and I know how they sound in my ear. But then when you have this full band of these professional people that start playing with you, it's like, wow, this is going to sound awesome. Like, because you can't really imagine what's going to sound like yet until they're
right. Do you hear you hear everybody in your headphones and your cans when you do that? Or is it do you just hear you?
Everybody's
so you're hearing the mix.
Yeah. I'm playing my part with drums, bass, and keys and everything. And it's like, it's awesome because, you have a certain groove in your mind when you're playing acoustically. Then all of a sudden this groove is like with these guys, and you're like, whoa, that is, it's just like
now
candy to my ears.
You talk about these guys. Who are these guys? Are they studio musicians or people you play with on a regular basis?
Studio session musicians.
Yeah.
So the drummer was Tommy Harden, and you're gonna hear him on the radio, like so many.
I'm sure.
Yeah. And then Allison Prestwood was the bass player. You're gonna hear her on mainstream country music radio and also other stuff. You're gonna hear David Dorn, who was the keys guy. You're gonna hear him on so many people's stuff, so my producers were like, we want the best in town, and they got these session musicians for me, and we
that's
are
cool.
lifelong friends now because we went through this thing together.
Exactly. And I think a lot of listeners, or maybe even a lot of viewers to this podcast, don't realize that when you hear a song on the radio, a lot of, like, for example, the musicians that you just mentioned, and let's say you hear a song on the radio, but then you go to a concert with whoever the artist is, it's not the same people, except for the lead vocalist or the lead singers. I get that, but
Right.
an individual like you're supplying the voice, and you're supplying maybe your acoustic or whatever guitar you may be playing, but everybody behind you in the studio is not the same guys that are going to be with you on stage out and about. Is that correct?
Yep, that's most of the time. That's correct. There's like touring musicians who just love the road, and then there are like session musicians who are just like, I want to stay in the studio so I can go home to my family.
Right.
So, and then there are ones that cross over. If I had it my way and I went on tour, I want those guys. The ones that I
let's go.
They know me now. I know them now, and they know how to just in the pocket. They're just so tight together, and I know how to play with them now and everything. But I'm sure this town is full of amazing people. I'll probably make friends with other people and take them with me.
What's the best advice that you've ever been given? I mean, you've only been there 5, 6, 7 years. What's the best advice, though, from somebody in Nashville? The best advice you've ever been given, or anywhere for that matter?
There's a songwriter that I met, and he wrote like Mayberry for Rascal Flatts.
Okay.
And he kind of, helped me out and like took me on as a mentor as well as teaching me a lot of stuff. And he had some other hits too. But he told me one time, he says, ignore your bank account numbers and just, imagine zeros, just more zeros on that number. And then when you look up your stuff online and you see your streams, ignore it. Imagine all the zeros. You got to like almost manifest this and ignore, because like if you release a song and it just doesn't do very well and like no one's listening to it, it can get really sad. Like you're like, I did all of this work, and you have to, and like a lot of people in this town, you see them dropping like flies because they come here thinking that they're going to be like famous.
Yeah.
And it's so tough that they're like, screw this, and so ignore all of the things that are going to bring you down and kind of depress you about your career, and just imagine those zeros next to all those numbers that you see. Because like everything is about numbers right now. Your Instagram followers, your Spotify listeners, your bank account,
exactly.
Numbers.
Yeah. Do you follow the social media? Do you do a lot of social media? Do you get into that at all? I mean, we're talking, look at all the artists that have come off TikTok lately. I mean, we've got a whole new slew of country artists. I call it a whole new generation. We got Shane Prophets and Nate Smith and Bailey Zimmerman and Zach Bryan. I can go on and on. All these new names that are going up the chart.
Yeah. And it's amazing what's happening, because, the record labels are like, well, what do we do now? Because they've got more followers than this person we just signed. So
I know. That's a good question. What do we do now? And I'm sure they're scratching their heads wondering, what do we do now? But I think they'll find a way. They'll find a way. And of course, I work with a lot of the record labels with the radio station. And I talk to these people almost every day, and it's just, a lot of these artists, they do get signed. It's just that they've already got their followers, and it's just amazing the number of followers and how they keep track of the followers. For example, TikTok. I don't know what your numbers are. I should have brought them up, but just some of these guys, just you can't live or die by those, but they keep a close eye on them. So
I don't have an impressive TikTok. I try,
Mhm.
but
I get it.
it's playing the lottery. You know,
Right, right.
it's tough. It's almost like, should I spend hours a day playing the lottery, or should I just go to the gas station and buy a lottery ticket and it takes me
Right,
2 minutes?
right,
So,
right, right.
yeah, it's difficult, but at the same time, I stick by that, like, just imagine zeros next to it. You know, imagine that you're already there,
Mhm, mhm.
and that keeps me going. You know, it's not it does get kinda like, "Oh my gosh, I just spent 2 hours on this stupid thing today," and, TikTok's algorithm didn't give me anything. So, I just posted this video the other day, it just boggles my mind. I did the same video. So I did it on one of the apps or something. I saved the video and I don't have any watermark on it. So I know how you don't want to do that. You don't want to put TikTok's watermark on Instagram. That's a
Right,
no-no.
right,
And
right.
so I did this video and I stuck the same one on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram, Facebook, and I put it all on all of them. And my YouTube Shorts were doing really well recently, getting like over 1,000 views per video. And this one, it got 4 views. 4
You know,
on YouTube Shorts, and that's the one that was doing really well. And I was like,
yeah,
"Well,
yeah.
I don't know." TikTok, it gave me, I think, maybe like 300 some.
Uh-huh.
Instagram was really struggling. My views on those Instagram reels was terrible. Over 5,000 views in
Mhm.
like 2 days or something like that. On that video, that YouTube Shorts gave me 4. I was like,
It's like,
I
"What?"
can't. I'm done trying to
No,
figure
no,
this
I
out.
know.
I'm
It'd
just
be
gonna
like,
hope
"What
for the
the heck?
hope for the
What's going on?"
best. Yeah.
Exactly. Hey, and Nate, let me ask you, why country?
Why country? Hmm. Well,
I mean, you're doing very well at it, but I'm just wondering, why did you decide that it's country? I know you've been playing music for a while. We talked about that and all that, but I mean, you've got a choice. I mean, there's rock, there's rhythmic, there's adult. I mean, I can go on and on, but why
right.
country?
Well, mine's kind of a crossover, and I
Yeah,
thought about it because it's like it's kinda soft rock, slow
it
rock,
is.
slash there's country aspects in it too. But
Right.
f what I thought about was, how do I how do I be appealing to what the market is right now? And it seems like the market is either, um on one side, Post Malone, Ariana Grande, and like that type
Yes.
of music, or it's over here with Luke Combs, Dan and Shay, Morgan Wallen,
Mhm.
and that in between where there's kind of like, you know, soft rock, uh, even like other genres like jazz, bluegrass, any of those genres,
Sure.
they're just
Yeah.
not where the charts are with the country pop.
Gotcha.
So
Oh yeah.
I'm like, I don't
That's
fit in with
100%.
Ariana Grande. My
I
music's
get it.
not gonna fit in with her. It fits in more with, the country side of things, and it's different
Mhm.
than all of them, but if you're gonna call Sam Hunt country and you're gonna call
That's a
Luke
good
Combs
point.
country, I'm pretty sure, like, mine could be labeled country slash soft rock as
Yeah,
well.
well, I know you have a good point. Exactly right. Exactly right. 100%. Totally get it. Have you had a chance to actually play any of the new bars down on Broadway? You have what you got Kid Rock's place, and you've got Dirk's place, and you got Jason Aldean's. And have you been able to play any of those places, get up on those stages at all?
I've been up on Kid Rock stage,
Cool.
actually,
Okay.
because I was waiting tables there, and
Ah,
I made friends with everybody.
I bet
And
you did. What a place to
they'd
be
call me
waiting
out and
tables,
be like,
too.
"Get up here, Nate. It's time for you to sing." So
Dude,
I'd go up and make an appearance every now and then.
yeah, that's
But,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah. Are you still working there?
Uh-uh.
No. Okay. All right.
Nope, I'm doing music and a couple other things and
Yeah,
keeping busy. Um, you know,
I got you. I got you. If you could actually get together with anybody, actually, if you let me put it this way. All right, I'm thinking here as we go. I'm doing it a little different tonight, but if you could sit down and have a conversation with any artist, male or female, dead or alive, who would you like to talk to? Maybe pick their brain a little bit about what you're doing.
I don't know if this is going to surprise you or not,
You
but
never know.
Dave Matthews.
Yeah, I am a Dave Matthews fan.
Okay, good, because
Yeah.
me too.
No, that's awesome. Whenever I know when he travels and he comes to the Northeast, I mean, he'll sell out 2-3 shows like bam, like that. It's gone.
Mhm.
If you're not on the ball, you ain't getting tickets. That's all there is to it, And to watch him play the guitar and watch him the way he just his whole idea of music and his stage presence, I just love it. I just love it. And it puts me in a whole different frame of mind. When I'm at a Dave Matthews concert, I'm like just in a whole different frame of mind, if you know what I mean.
Right.
So,
yeah, he just seems so real and authentic to me.
yep. And he is. And he
I
is.
love that.
Cool guy. Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
he taught me how to play guitar, not personally, but I sat there and I was younger after I was done doing Stairway to Heaven and my Jam with the Eagles book. I started learning the Dave Matthews songs and my mind was blown away. I was like, how in the heck but I stuck with it and I kept learning. I learned so many of his songs. And then I had to figure out how to sing over top of that. So that was a huge jump in my personal music career, was to learn how to do these intricate riffs and sing on top of doing that while you're doing that. And he would just blow my mind. And I figured out how to do it. So
yeah, it's not easy though. I know it's not easy. I cannot do that, Nate. Not me. It doesn't work. But
over and over and over and over. And I had college roommates that would get so mad at me and just be like, not that song again. Like, go in the hallway, do something.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
So. God, Nate, we're watching television here. The game's on. What are you
Oh
doing?
man, it was, yeah.
I think that's so awesome.
I was obsessed with it, and I still am.
And I can tell that's pretty cool. That's awesome, and that will lead to a great future for you. Just to keep believing in yourself and be obsessed with it and going, because every day that you do that, you get better. And you're already doing great, but it doesn't matter who you are, there's always room for improvement.
Oh yeah.
At least that's what I believe in. So you just keep going, keep pushing forward, keep doing that. Do you get to play anywhere outside of town at all? Do you have a band that you go out with, or how does all that work for you?
Right now I don't have a band to tour with, but it's kind of just once in a great while I'll go out of town and play somewhere. So I'm from Ohio, so I'll play up in Ohio every now and then. Cool. And just kind of once in a while. I don't have like a tour or a touring manager set up yet to where like I'm going. I've got a whole list of places where I'm going right now. I hope to get there, but as of now, it's kind of spur of the moment things. I have some connections and like they're like, hey, come play here if you want. Or, so I do that. But
yeah, the more you can get out, the better. Which is cool. And you dropped the album today, which is pretty awesome. It's damn awesome, man. I'll tell you, it's called The One. If you're just joining us, make sure you jump on and grab that. This is going to be good. It's 11 tracks. Nate DeRuzza, really cool stuff. How often do you get to go back home to Ohio?
It seems like maybe twice a year.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So you still have a lot of family there, or?
Yeah, I'm one of 5.
Oh, okay.
My 4 siblings all live within 5 minutes of my parents' house, and
everybody's close.
I'm the black sheep that came down and moved away.
This kid left, went to Nashville.
Yeah, so I miss them dearly, but
I know.
I annoy them. I call them almost every week, and
they're siblings. Why wouldn't you annoy them?
Yeah, they're my best friends.
I'm just saying. I do the same.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah, if there's a wedding or something, like, because my dad is 100% Italian, and it's a huge Italian family, and my mom has a big family as well. So if there's a wedding or if there's something that's going on with the family up there, I try to get back and go to it.
Cool.
But there's a family reunion in July and there's Christmas time, and you better be there or my dad will come after me.
Are they going to ask you to play?
Oh yeah, they always asking me what.
Nate, you bring your guitar?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it in the trunk, Dad. Yeah, exactly. So what town in Ohio again?
I grew up in Alliance, Ohio, which is right outside of Canton.
Okay.
But the whole extended family was from Canton, and my parents just moved back to Canton because they were from Canton. So it's Pro Football Hall of Fame, Canton, Ohio.
I was just going to say that, the Football Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
That's pretty
cool. I was born across the street from it thinking,
hey, look out the window and there it is every day.
I'm coming for the NFL. And then I got knocked out playing football. Like
I was going to say, is that one thing you wanted to do was play football? If you weren't going to be a musician, you wanted to be a football player, or was it
basketball? Basketball.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But I'm 5'6", so.
Yeah. Well, still, that's kind of short for basketball. I'm just saying. But do you follow a basketball team?
Yeah, I actually follow the Lakers.
Oh, okay.
NBA. They've been my favorites since I was just a little kid. Kobe and Shaq were.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
Nate
DeRuzza.
Ohio, Northeast Ohio, LeBron James. Yeah. He's my guy.
Yeah, there you go, LeBron, baby. Yeah. Those guys are huge. Their hand is like the size of my head. It's just, it's crazy. It's crazy. So anyways, it's been a pleasure talking to you tonight, finding out about you and what you're all about and where you're from and all that, and the music. And today the album dropped. And when I say today, I know this is live right now, but if anybody goes back and watches this, this is being recorded on January 31st. So today is the day the album came out, and it's all online. They can download all 11 tracks. And they can get the story of your life by listening to those 11 tracks. Yeah. I love it, man. I love it. It's good stuff. Where do you see yourself in about 5 years?
Super proud of it. 5 years, winning a Grammy.
There you go, dude. Yeah. That's right. Songwriting. And a lot of people, you may not get your voice on the radio as much as you want, but still it's those songwriters. If it wasn't for the songwriters, which that's what you do as well, we would not have the music that people hear on the radio every day. So
some of those songs I wrote by myself, but some of them
cool.
Got co-writers on and stuff. And it's been a wonderful experience with this album. I say it's hard work, but it's fun.
Yeah. Do you the country radio seminar will be coming to town in March? I don't know if you know about that or not, but 13th of March, it's a Monday through Wednesday. And all the executives, whether it's radio, record labels, anybody's usually walking around the Omni. So whether it's an artist, or whether it's like I said, a label exec, or lots of radio PDs and music directors and promotions people, they're all there. So it's kind of a cool event. I didn't know if you'd be like popping in or not. So
well, I'll pop in there.
That's cool. That's cool.
Go make connections and meet people. I mean, that's the name of the game.
You just go to Bar Lines. It's the bar down the hall on the left. I'm telling you.
All right.
I'm there every year.
You coming?
I've been doing it for like 20 years, my friend.
Oh, heck yeah. It'd be great to meet you in person. I'll see you there.
Oh, yeah. No, we'll definitely be there. And my partner, Deb, will be with us. Because of the Country Music Fan Club and her company in Nashville. So she takes part in it as well. And it's just a great event. But Nate, it's been a pleasure to get to know you a little bit. Thank you for taking the time to join us on Skip Happens here tonight to find out all about you. And don't forget to log on and get the album, The One, dropped today. It's pretty awesome. I can't say it enough. It's 11 tracks. So it's cool. It's good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah. So, thanks so much for having me, Skip. This has been
absolutely. Awesome. Absolutely. You have a website too, right? Nate, what's your website address?
NateDeRuzza.com.
There you go. It's that easy. Nate, thanks for joining us here tonight on Skip Happens. It's a pleasure to meet you, my friend.
It's been a pleasure.